Alrighty, fellas, welcome back to another day in the NBA. Wednesday, January 29th. We have a pretty big NBA slate here today. I do have 4 plays that I really like as of right now. Make sure if you're not in the Discord, you join the Discord, because if I add on any plays in the middle of the day or in the morning, when you're seeing this, they will be in the Discord. So make sure to go check that out. It's a free Discord. Link is in the description. But we are going to be on Underdog Fantasy today. Make sure if you're not on Underdog Fantasy, use code BDGE when you sign up. You'll get a free square today of, I think it's Nikola Jokic, but I'm not 100%. But you'll get a guaranteed free square plus up to $1,000. So make sure you lock in and take advantage, because these are where we're going to be taking all of our plays. There's a lot of people that are on the Scotty Barnes train. I have a gut feeling that that is going to somehow drastically go wrong. Everyone's taking his assists. For some reason, in my mind, I understand it's a pretty cupcake matchup. He hasn't seen the potential assist that I want him to see to really hit this line. I feel like it could be a big just scoring day, and then he just says, fuck the assists. Who knows? I'm off it, but it is a community play if you want to look into something like that for the first game. We are going to go to Detroit and Indiana. We're going to be taking the lower on Tyrese Halliburton on 17.5 points. I understand this is always a polarizing play, and everyone always has questions about it, so we're going to quickly glance over why I like it in this one. Detroit, obviously, right now has the #1 defense when facing point guards. They're #1 in points, and they've been #1 in points for almost the entire year. They shut down damn near everybody. I understand we took the under on Darius Garland. He hit with 12 points needed in the fourth quarter when he came in. He literally shot and scored 12 straight and then came off the fucking floor. That's our luck. So hopefully we don't get that today with Tyrese. Everyone else, though, it is pretty consistent under here's for point guards when facing Detroit. It's obviously a consistent theme because that's what continually happens, and that's why they're the #1 team. Free throws made, they don't allow a ton of free throws. The field goal percentages are low. The field goal attempts are low. They're just low. And you see a ton of red here for a reason. They do pretty much shut down opposing point guards, and I really like that line. Facing Detroit, obviously we want to look at this season, so starting like right here at this 20 mark is going to be last season. So the past 2 of the past 3 games they've played, he's hit this. He's gone under this mark, and it is 19 points that he had earlier this year when playing Detroit when he hit the over. Came off of 63% shooting. So if he doesn't shoot 63%, he should be good. And not many point guards against Detroit have, as they average a 38% field goal percentage. So as long as he doesn't shoot a crazy percentage, this should be pretty easy money. He's also gone under this line in 4 of the last 5 games, averaging only 13.8 points per game, so that's also something to note. For the second play we are going to be taking here is going to be not in this game anymore. This Brooklyn-Charlotte game, by the way, if you have any thoughts, there's people that are playing this game, and I mean, you have to maybe take a Brooklyn play. Charlotte is in shambles. We are conceding the season, and I'm saying we because I'm a Charlotte. I'm a Hornets fan, sadly. We're conceding. LaMelo's probably going to be out for a while now. Brandon Miller's done for the season. Miles Bridges is the only one playing. Mark Williams is out for tomorrow. We have nobody playing. Literally nobody. We have, I think Trey Mann's out for the season at this point. Shambles. We're tanking for Cooper Flag. I like Domantas Sabonis. If you want to play Domantas Sabonis line, I don't mind. A lot of people are on the Malik Monk assist line again. Again, his potentials just aren't really there for me to really love it. In this matchup, it looks like it could be a blowout and a back-to-back for Philly, so I don't love taking anyone there. But I do like the Cleveland side of things, and I do like our boy Evan Mobley. I don't know why it's not here. It was literally just here 2 minutes ago when I clicked on the play. But we're going to be taking his rebounds. Remember, it's rebounds. If you're just fast forwarding to this point, we're taking his rebounds at 9.5. You can maybe squeeze him in at 8.5, but I like him at 9.5. We're getting him at plus money here, plus 105. You can snag him at FanDuel if you want to go that route instead, but we still do get plus money on here as well. Mobley's hit this line in 5 of the last 7 games so far this season. Hold on, where the fuck is Mobley? So if you get him at 8.5, you feel fantastic. 57%. I just don't care for the 132 juice. And some people are like, oh, that's nothing. But it still is. Like, to me, I'd rather get the plus money at the 105 and get the extra value there. It feels really great. So I'm going to take it at 9.5. That's where I have it at. Still hit this at 50% of games, but against power forwards, they rank 7th worst. They're 4th worst in general to opposing teams this season, averaging 11 rebounds per game when seeing the what the fuck just happened? When seeing the minutes. Obviously, we're going to wipe out these games when he sees about 25 minutes plus, which is, I would say, well under his average, but for now, we'll just put it there. He's hit this in 60% of games. In his last 5 games, 11.6 rebounds per game. So you feel great about that. He's seeing the rebound chances as well, 16.6 rebound chances per game. And that's with the outlier against Houston, who's one of the best rebounding teams against power forwards. So that's with an outlier there. Now he goes into a great matchup with good rebound chances. And again, in games where he sees 25 plus minutes, he's hit this in 60% of games. Head-to-head games, obviously, when he sees 25 plus minutes, the one game we played Miami this year, he did leave early. This game, I hope he doesn't, and he can easily crush this mark. And again, if you're wondering what power forwards do against this Miami team, let's fucking click on it. It's pretty good. They do well for themselves. A lot of green on this chart. So I feel very confident Evan Mobley is one of the best rebounding power forwards in all of the NBA to get the job done here. One of the funniest things we have here is like you can just click Wednesdays. How has he done on Wednesdays? He hasn't hit this often on Wednesdays. Maybe we note that for this time. It's just like the weirdest fucking thing. Like do you think Wednesdays fucking matter? Like why do we have a filter for Wednesdays? I just realized this like today when I was looking through. I'm like, why do we have Tuesdays? Like does Tuesday make it? If you're going to just shoot worse on Tuesdays, fuck, I'll fade you every Tuesday. It doesn't matter. He hits this over against Miami on Wednesdays. Good to know. It's just one of the funny fucking things that I guess we have a stat on. But yeah, that's something I saw, which was kind of crazy. Against the East, he hits this in 63% of games. I don't use a lot of these filters, like ever. But sometimes, I mean, they just provide useless stats that people like to use fluff for. I know a lot of cappers in the community that are like, oh, we got to show this for show. And yo, this whole scrolling down thing has to stop. And if we put it to 25 minutes, he uses 60% of games versus the East. The fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck. All right, anyway, I'm done rambling. On to the next play. Next, Tyler Hero, so people like in that game as well. I'm out. This game I wanted to do a Wemby play. Chris Paul assists feels great, even though it's a tough matchup. I'm staying away, though. Kyrie points at 24.5. You could have got it at. I should have got it at, but I was a pussy and backed down. This game I really have no good read on. Should be a close game. Neither matchup favors great for any good players. One of the biggest notes I take away for NBA that I think people should note more is when you're looking at plays, and I see this all the time. People will bet on the super niche guys and do that. And if you find that very lucrative for you, that's great. The way I've made a ton of money in the NBA, and we crushed the NBA this month. I mean, obviously yesterday sucked, but we bounced back, and for the most part, we've been destroying NBA all season. Once again, 50 units last year. This year, if I'm not mistaken, we're at 27 units. I'd have to double check. 27, 26, somewhere in that range. Last time I checked. After yesterday, it might be down to like 24, but we'll bounce that back up, no problem. Either way, the reason I feel like I'm great at NBA is because I take good players that will see good volume in good matchups, or I take players that are going to see no volume in bad matchups and take their under, or I'll take a lot of times I'll just take superstars that are very like shaky in bad matchups and I'll fade them. I don't try to bet on the lower tier guys unless I have a really, really good read on that team. I feel like it's an easy way to find yourself losing money by trying to be too sharp, and especially in the NBA now that you're halfway through the season. In the first half of the season, it's definitely a lucrative way because maybe the lines aren't there with guys like Amon Thomas who just finds his way into the lineup and becomes a real focal point of that team. Finds his way into the lineup like it wasn't a top 5 fucking pick. But you get my point. He didn't have that role last year. He finds the role about a quarter of the way through the season, picks up to 30 minutes a game. Now he's playing 40 minutes a game. The books quite haven't fully adjusted. Now they finally are. You could have made a lot of money in that span. And there are times like that. Probably with Charlotte, we're going to see a little bit more of like the Miles Bridges of the world. We're going to see a little bit more of the Nick Smith Jr.'s if you wanted to take advantage of that, the shot chuckers there. But it's situations like that that aren't as common. And unless you really know your team, I feel like you're almost guaranteed to lose money doing that in the long run. So I like kind of taking these more known players or players that I know have a good read on. Like PJ Washington, I bet on a lot. This year I haven't as much, but in the past he used to be one of my most bet on players. This year again I just haven't, but he's a player I'm very familiar with. I know his game very in and out, and he's someone I can rely on. DeJounte Murray is kind of the same way. He's not like a superstar, but he's a guy who I know exactly what he wants to do on the court, so it makes it easy for us to bet on. We are going to be taking his rebounds. Again, it's not propped up here because they don't have the plus money or minus money right now on Underdog. But again, it's 3 fucking a.m. I highly doubt you're watching this at 3 a.m. I know you won't be. I'm not going to edit and get it out at 3 a.m. So DeJounte Murray, I'm going to take his rebounds at 6.5. Rebounds, 6.5. Same thing with Evan Mobley. The reason we're going to take the rebounds is 6.5. I'll show you the chart. It's actually a great chart. I'm rambling in this video, right? Hits in 55% of games so far this season, averaging 6.6 rebounds per game. 6 of his last 10 games, he's hit this, and I'm going to go to his average. He's averaging about 30 minutes a game, so I'll put it there. If I put it 33 minutes a game, but we'll put it at 30 just for the average. I think he hits that. And this one should be a pretty close game against Dallas. Hit this in 65% of games when seeing 30-plus minutes, averaging 7 rebounds per game. Obviously, he hit this first Dallas last time they played a few days ago. Not only that, but he's hit this in 4 of the last 5 games. And if we go to a little bit of a bigger span, and here's the one filter I will use, home games. He's hit this in 82% of home games this year. I think that does at least have, it's not like I'm fucking saying on Wednesdays. I'm saying in home games, he does better. And with Zion, he actually plays pretty well as well. I know that's a lot of worry for some people. How does he play with Zion? He's hit this in 3 or 4 games with Zion. 3 straight with Zion. So I feel fine with Zion there. That's not really too big of a worry for me. And the matchup is great as Dallas allows the 6th most rebounds to opposing point guards this season. So, again, he's seeing a lot. He's also seeing some crazy rebound chances if we look at this. So, go to, like, his last 10 games. Yo, can we stop dragging, though? He said 17 and 18 in 2 of his last 3. Then 17 before that, 13 rebound chances, 15 rebound chances. This motherfucker just flies to the boards for some reason. So, we're going to take advantage when we're seeing these tendencies of having some big games and good matchups. Averaging 12 rebound chances per game is more than enough that I need to see to get plus money at plus 114 for 6.5 rebounds on DK. You feel great about that. And our last play, I did skip over here. It is going to be in this same game. No, it's not. I lied. Completely lied to your face. It's going to be in the Denver game. Jalen Brunson to go under 25.5 points. Big-time player in a tough matchup where he never hits this. He's hit this in 1 of 8 games versus Denver since 2021. He's gone under this line at 46% of games this season. Denver allows the 5th fewest points to opposing pick-and-roll players, where that's 32% of Brunson's shots this season. They're also the 7th fewest in free throws allowed. That's 18% of his points. Brunson has gone under this mark in 3 straight games as well, and he's gone under this mark in 61% of home games. I don't feel like pulling out the props that cash. I'm tired. But locks. Lock it in. If I can lock it in, you lock it in. Okay, DeJounte Murray, 6.5 rebounds. Evan Mobley, 9.5 rebounds, or 8.5 rebounds if you want to take the juice. Tyrese Halliburton at 17.5 rebounds, and Jalen Brunson under 25.5 points. I feel great about it. They're all pretty good matchups, or they're just seeing a lot of attempts, a lot of volume, or not seeing a lot of volume, and they're trying to like Tyrese Halliburton and just streaky as fuck. But I'm going to be leaning those lowers. Again, if I add any plays, they will be in the Discord, so make sure you lock into that. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another NBA video. Catch you guys then. Peace.